Wha-bam! Ness is back in it, but this time up against GodSpeedThunder. Both of these playing for that top 6 spot. Both of these folks. Extilior. I didn't see who GodSpeedThunder was playing. We are watching from Ness's perspective right now. The GodSpeedThunder's been keeping themselves kind of out of the Discord to stay focused.
Got a tad on my mind.
These paradoxes give pause.
I'm gonna shoot. So we have, I believe, a Zax v Extilior.
Careful out there.
Alrighty. Okay, now I'm able to actually watch the game. Both these captains, both players kind of sitting here. Looks like we're preserving. Trying to figure out what was done here by Ness in turn 1. But starting off with the Zax, very bold from Ness. We haven't seen an Astra game in a while. I remember Sicknick had mentioned that a lot of players are opting to just kind of avoid using Astra as much as possible.
Right hand, man.
That's a pretty solid hand here by Godspeed, by Ness here. A lot of good pieces they could drop on the board.
I am in control.
Alright, no new messages. Whew. A lot less messages and more stuff to keep up with where when everyone's kind of already moved through.
Combat.
Okay. So Stitchy down. That's a good, a lot of people, we were talking, Sicknick's talked about how Stitchy is a good mid-game pick to kind of heal damage you've taken, and you're able to have that Cinder income to utilize it. I like getting it out early here, just to kind of, you're getting into that mid-game, where you're going to have a little bit of extra Cinder, especially if your hand is cheaper. So you can spend the Cinder and develop your board at the same time. I like it here, especially in the Extilior Zax matchup. It's going to keep you healthy as the Zax is trying to chip you out.
Ah, the nap before battle. Craving a challenge.
Playing safe.
Look alive, Amy.
So, is that just a single color crushing co? Oh, I hope we get to see that. That said rickety backfire, crossfire, and a blind. Is that a blindsider? That's pretty strong board here. Coming out of GodSpeedThunder on this Zax. Ness probably looking to back off a bit here, develop that board. We do know when we're watching Ness a few games with this Extilior and that Zax likes to play back, likes to play conservatively, and chip things down, wait things out.
This is frustration.
This is frustration. Oh, man. Alrighty.
So much to burn, so little time.
We must.
Not being able to Shield of Hope. But I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. Like we said, Ness likes to play back and wait for that moment a bit. GodSpeedThunder developing a board with a lot of heavy hitting pieces here. And it just makes sense that Ness would want to kind of fall back a bit here. Ness could very easily take upwards of 10 damage this turn on their captain. Get him closer. I like the use of the grab disc for that extra mobility. Wants to get that rickety in close if possible. Now, something that Ness has, GodSpeedThunder needs to take into consideration, is Ness has Orbital Strike which
Focus next
I
time.
don't know if they've used yet. I was kind of helping out with some tournament stuff before I could pay attention to that.
Get acquainted. What's the hurry?
That shouldn't have flames.
Oh, did I forget to call a match for the Krushak's Toriat?
Careful out there.
I think they are playing with each other.
Resist them.
Think they'll cry?
Alrighty, and there is that orbital strike, taking out Rickety Backfire. But as we said, that good use of that grab disc, I believe it was, and Extilior is down to 9 health. Rickety Backfire doing a lot of work there. Ness does have.
Prepare to face your fate. You gave me
Yeah,
no
so
choice.
that's a good retaliation, taking out a few of those pieces. But we see GodSpeedThunder just choosing to just take the chance to chip the Extilior down low when he had it. But Ness, we talked about having Stitchy McPatchy able to help escort the Extilior into the late game, and GodSpeedThunder did use a lot of that board they had developed. Like it's pretty much all gone to take Extilior down effectively 8 health. That's going to be healed up by the Stitchy over time.
You try balancing while dead.
Let's make history, people. And now, the headliner!
Alrighty. So back to here. We do see GodSpeedThunder knows they have this health advantage and is just really pushing to put a lot of cheap bodies on the board to, you know, there's not enough damage that Ness can do to take out all of this damage that could be done back to them. Ness has some very big decisions that they have to make here. Who goes down? I mean, it's a math game, right? You're going to get 4 damage from Antios, you're going to get potentially 4 damage from Blindside, you're going to get 2 from Maximus and 2 from Zax. Gonna have to use the spin to win. Oh, getting the Flamer in some of the action here. I would almost like to see the Extilior be in a position to maybe melee the Antios, but then that would be a 1 damage that you might not be able to really use because you got to use Stitchy McPatchy to keep you up.
Roast your rations for you.
And does the... Oh?
Always much to consider.
They're gonna have to do
Let's
that.
see how you look. Hairless.
Yeah, I'm still confused why they didn't melee the Blindsider with the Extilior when they had the chance. Or they could have maybe meleeed the Antios, but let's see. 9 damage would have to come out to end the game now. We could see GodSpeedThunder fish for a crit. I don't know if we've seen one yet this game. They win if they get a crit.
Not that we need it.
Not that we need it. And honestly, if I'm GodSpeedThunder, I'm at 0 risk of losing the game at this point. Just walk forward, make sure anything you want to have in range to kill Extilior on your next turn, you're in range to kill Extilior on your next turn. Use the grab disc to pull. Oh, not in the smoke anymore. So that's pretty good. Take the pot shots. Okay. But Next turn, this game is almost certainly over. GodSpeedThunder, very, very smart, knowing when to really push it. Keep pushing that advantage, keep going for, you know, just keep tripping it out.
So defensive.
It's one of the more interesting decisions you have to make when you play this game is you have to really think about
Calculate your
when you have the opportunity, when you should push the advantage on your opponent and when you should kind of chill.
I have a siren.
And GodSpeedThunder does. Oh, I forgot about the heals from Stitchy. Stitchy can take out the flamethrower here. You have your Axel to take out Maximus, and you have a jailbreak to keep the Zax and the Maximus in place. So this is going to be a way to punish GodSpeedThunder's aggression here, which I think was the right call. To kind of keep going in. You're fishing for a crit, looking to push for the end here. I think it was the right call here. But that Stitchy McPatchy, that early Stitchy coming up in spades to keep Ness's Extilior alive to try and pull out some miracle plays here and get some more damaging pieces on the board. A good jailbreak spawn here and some pretty good positioning with the hard cover could save Ness the game a little bit here, or at least keep him in it for a few turns more.
These paradoxes give pause.
I like that line. These paradoxes give pause.
That gave you a nice blush. Watch me work.
I see you. It's more scared of you.
Khrushchevs took it out over Toriath. Two players we got to see some games in a close 2-1 set. Oh my gosh. One damage again on this Extilior. Did they? I did not get to see. I was having to deal with some tournaments. I think he has to use the flame on the Maximus. You can't let that Maximus live, and you have the jailbreak. Oh my gosh. I would have liked to see Ness use the jailbreak a little sooner. If they had the Cinder to use it. I wasn't able to pay attention entirely. But if they use the Flamer, kill the Maximus, heal up, I think they need to have... I think Stitchy needs to tank the mine. I think Stitchy needs to tank the mine here. Because Zax on its own is not going to be able to do 3 damage unless it crits. Yeah, but if Stitchy tanks the mine... So dicey. Put the jailbreak on Zax to make it so where he's got the only option they have is to hit these shots. Very close right now.
Do not distract me. I go with purpose.
A revitalizing fire cleanse?
What the heck? How did that fire... Oh. That could cost the game here, actually. Because Maximus still gets the 2 shots and Zax gets the 2 shots. I think if they had flamed the Maximus to kill him on this turn... Yep. Oh, the miss! This all comes... Nope, that's it. Yeah, slight misplay at the end. I think if Ness had killed the Maximus and just kind of positioned in a way... to not give that Zax the angle to win, you would have had the board and the sustain to kind of keep pushing through. Either way, very close game 1 in favor of GodSpeedThunder. GodSpeedThunder. Another quality name here in this tournament. Alrighty. So, game number 2, Godspeed Thunder. Let's see what they pull out. I wonder if they're going to pull out the Astra for the finish here. Extilior is the choice. Whoops.
I will not stop.
Extilior v Extilior. Yo, let's go.
Calculate or contemplate. I move through the turmoil.
Alrighty, so
A still field, a fist on the
does
horizon.
Godspeed Thunder close it out here, or does Ness finish him off in this Extilior matchup? A very bold Antios drop. I know Signic and I talk about this pretty extensively, how we think Antios is a better cheap late game for damage, but has the potential even just as a threat in the early game. Ness dropping him out pretty aggressively. Godspeed Thunder, see what their response here is. Alrighty.
The power is in my hand.
Oy. Okay. So. Some interesting stuff here at the board. We see that Godspeed Thunder has cornered themselves early. In fact, both of them have brought out the early Antios. That's fun. Angry Grandpa. I like this. I'm scared too of me accidentally selecting something. I like the use of the escape button to make sure no. Oh, that's fun.
A punch is impermanent until you hit harder.
A punch isn't permanent until you hit hard. These voice lines are so funny.
Many courses of action.
Both players taking their time here. What does Ness opt to do? They do have some pieces they could drop for the bridge. I think they really should do that. Trying to keep Godspeed Thunder in this corner. And a blindsider coming out. They do know they have orbital strike in a turn. Displacer for the extra mobility.
With righteous intent.
Bonk. Ooh, Blindsider about to eat it a little bit. I think Blindsider's dead. But who's going to take the Blindsider's damage? Blindsider does 4 right now. Choosing to have Antios tank the damage here. What? Oh, first strike. That's right. I always forget what first strike does. Okay, I'm like, why is Blindsider not hitting back? What? Very unfortunate that the Extilior can't quite make it over there. Oh my gosh, I was so confused.
This is frustration.
This is frustration.
You spent yet?
But, so getting the Blindsider in position to at least do something on this turn. Godspeed Thunder still in a corner. We do not know what they have. There are a lot of big pieces they could have in this.
Has fists.
So, and I don't think Blindsider's in melee range for the Antios as well. Could just use it for some cheap shot damage, though. Funk.
You can
Ooh, the
unlearn.
crit.
You can't unpunch.
You can't unpunch. Oh, okay. I didn't see that. All right, yep. So that should be a dead Antios.
Be brave.
And then probably a Shield of Hope onto the Blindsider. Is good. I like putting the Extilier in there to make sure they get that Shield of Hope passive. So now GodSpeedThunder has to commit Cinder to spin, basically. To make sure that they can take out Blindsider. Otherwise, they're just going to rush at him. Take a lot of damage for it. Alrighty. What does GodSpeedThunder have in response? I'll take a look at this roster here. What do they have available to them
We won't let up.
for Extilier? So they do have the ability to pull out Blindsider, Drum Dancer. That is an option available to them. They have I think they just box their Extilier in though.
I'm missing a massage for this.
So it looks as though GodSpeedThunder primarily has 1 to 3 cost units. I think Broken Vengeance is their only 4 cost. I see a crosshair as well. But a lot of ability to just, cheat, not have to use too much Cinder and run you down.
I make it so.
Excuse me. Alrighty. So, what are the decisions here? It's a very slow-paced game for what I expect from an Extilier duo. There is that Stitchy McPatchy, which did a lot of work in the last game.
Retaliation
Ooh,
is
here we go, going for the big
unwise.
punches. Drop the Stitchy McPatch and keep themselves alive as we enter this mid-game. Yeah, it depends on what they want to do. I guess the call is just keep punching down the Extilier, knowing that chip, you're gonna have the pieces to keep doing a lot of damage to it. Let your Blindsider go down. You have the Stitchy McPatchy to keep your
This is
Antios up.
Stay sharp.
Choosing to go after the Drum Dancer, I do think that's a good idea because that translates to a lot more damage in the future.
These
For,
paradoxes give pause.
For pummel purposes. The Extilier could pummel you. That's 2 more damage than what you would normally take, and now you've really boxed in GodSpeedThunder. Though GodSpeedThunder does get a really good spin to win opportunity here.
Remember this lovely face.
Oh, I think that's funny. So went for the spin to win. I didn't see. Oh, they did melee the Antios. Antios must have been just out of spin to win range. Still a tough spot for GodSpeedThunder. A lot of damage on the table coming out of Ness's current lineup here. Antios going to do another 4 damage. Extilier going to do another 5 damage.
Yeah.
Do not distract me. Defend yourself.
The emote's coming out of GodSpeedThunder.
Make it last.
We see you.
Alright, we have a Deadeye out here. I think the play for Ness is honestly just.
No glove.
And again, I'm not the arbiter of what is good or bad play, but it's just kind of gut feeling from my own experience. Just keep rushing it down. Put this dude down to 3 health on this turn. Bank on the fact that they don't use your sword. Use the spin. Use the spin. Put him down to 3 health. Oh, I see what they're doing. Moving it to where you're gonna hit them, but not trying to make it to where you're not gonna hurt your Antios. I do like that. I think, yeah. I see what they're going for to guarantee the kill even further on the next turn.
I forget nothing.
Good positioning. A lot of checking to make sure they got that right. But definitely very important. I mean, this is lower bracket. If Ness loses this game, they're out. That's it. The run is done. So I want to be very careful with that. And yeah, there's a very high likelihood that it's going to be game on this next turn. Either Antios or Extilior are going to go in. And I like that they're getting Stitchy McPatchy in a spot to where they're going to also be able to walk up and finish it off if they need that extra damage. So, pretty clean win. Just, again, it's you don't like feeling like you can assume it's going to be a win, but there's a displacer beam to position things even better. Like, the only thing that has to happen is Ness's Extilior needs to get in melee range of GodSpeedThunder's Extilior for this game to end. And with Ness's displacer beam, they can undo what GodSpeedThunder is going to try to do with this displacer beam.
Minds will baffle.
Like, they can hit that exact angle and just move in. And I believe they've kept the displacer beam hidden this whole game, so GodSpeedThunder, not so sure if that's what they have. Could be wrong on that. I can't quite remember if they've used it yet. Thank you, Phil. Welcome. I also had a really awesome caster with me earlier, Sick Nick, but they have to... Dude decided to only give themselves an hour to sleep so they could cast this before they have their night shift. I appreciated it, but but it was a good time earlier. Yeah. It's the first crankbait I know we've seen on stream today, but move. Yep, look at that. Ness is trying to get that exact angle on the displacer. I think they're going to be better off if they just move Extilior closer.
We must do this.
And yeah, and go for the displacement here. If it doesn't work though, there it is. That's the spin to win angle. Right? Oh, there it is. Well played. GodSpeedThunder did a good job of keeping themselves alive in this game. Really good job, but it was a bit interesting to see him corner himself, or see them corner themselves so early in the match, and Ness did a good job of capitalizing that, keeping them boxed up in there with these cheap units that hit like trucks, like Blindsider and Antios. So, gonna be a very interesting third game. Both of them have gotten, let's see, I think GodSpeedThunder won with Zax in game 1, I believe. And then Ness now has one with Extilior. Both still have the Astra available. So we'll see how it goes. We did get a peek at what Ness has chosen. Extilior again coming out of GodSpeedThunder into the Zax out of Ness. Whoops.
Clenched and ready.
So no Astra here as well. Both players kind of opting to not do the Astra in game 3. Wanting to do the Zax Extilior. An honorable matchup, quote unquote. Oh man, you're playing Zax, yeah. You want that vortex. You want to be able to either pull the Extilior where you want them to go or push them away. Oh. And the early Maximus! My throat is killing me. I'm gonna have to get some more water. I'm so sorry, friends. I'll be right back.
Come right through me.
We trained for this.
This moon's talking to me.
You have good taste.
A bold message.
All right, I'm back, and looking at what we have here, we have
Keep your eyes
GodSpeedThunder
on these weirdos.
has pushed up the field. The corrosive particle, I wasn't watching, but I can only assume they took out something that they had on the board, or maybe just trying to set up the play on this Detonia. Maximus with the corrosive particle is so crazy. Oh no, that was Maximus. So, again, let me put this up. This is game number 3 between these two players. Winner of this goes on, makes it into the losers, quarterfinals, top 6. And the loser is done.
Just look like you're thinking.
Just kind of emphasize this. Ness got knocked down into the lower bracket relatively early on and has fought their way up to this position into top 8 here. And GodSpeedThunder also had a good winner's bracket run before I think they got knocked out by Face Stab. So both of them trying to get their way back up into a chance to win into this. Ooh.
How about a grenade?
Oh, and because this is double elim, unless both players agree to it because of time or whatever, but if you're coming in for winners finals, you have to have the bracket reset on you if you're going to be gone. So that means if you're coming up from the losers bracket, you have to win twice against the person sitting in grands waiting for you. That
Embrace it.
otherwise there's no real advantage to being in winners finals, grands finals from the winners side. So just something to keep in mind here. I know not everyone here is used to double elimination tournaments.
What's the hurry? Drinks just go right through me. Whoops.
Alrighty. So
When I rise, they cower.
both players really like these Antioses. It's a unit I'm not too familiar with. I haven't used it too much, but they've used it to great effect. You saw it in the last game where it just pummeled constantly the exterior of GodSpeedThunder.
Your purpose is clear.
My purpose is clear. All right. Oh my gosh, getting that hit though, so now the Maximus can move out. Very bold. I mean, with 2 shots, you're guaranteed to hit at least 1. All right, using Cinder to make sure that mine gets out. Oh, the Deadeye is on the Maximus, so that makes sense why it's a little bit okay of a move there. We do see GodSpeedThunder's kind of doing to Ness what Ness did to them in game 2. Ness kind of opted into this corner, and GodSpeedThunder's using that as an opportunity to advance across the board.
Always much to consider.
Really coming out in their advantage here as they keep chipping away at the Zax. That said, Antios, Detonia, I mean, there are a lot of people that are going to take some damage here. I like that. Put the Zax in between them.
That cinder glow.
Oh, and the Antios is just out of range. Gonna have to use 4 Cinder for this play here because 2 Cinder for the grab disc. So good positioning from GodSpeedThunder, knowing this was coming, knowing this Detonia bomb was coming. So if not avoiding the damage, at least forcing extra cinder for the grab disc and make Ness tank some damage themselves if they want to get these kills with the Detonia.
A slap is an unrealized punch.
A slap is an unrealized. These Antios lines are amazing. Oh, it's so funny. But, oh, I like this as well. Now, because Detonia could angle that bomb to just hit those two in the corner. Again, they did get 4 Cinder out of Ness, which means Ness can't develop their board any further. Meanwhile, GodSpeedThunder has some pretty gnarly pieces out there right now. Blindsider's not going to be able to quite get to them in time.
Pushy, pushy.
You control your impact.
Really close game here between the two, but just looking at raw board state and the numbers of the reinforcements, it feels to be in GodSpeedThunder's favor because, the Zax is at 13 health. GodSpeedThunder really putting that focus into putting the damage onto Zax, half healthing him, knowing that they have the burst at the end. And actually, now that I think about it, no. I thought GodSpeedThunder was one of ours that did a Quetzali in their list for Extilier, but there is no Quetzali to be found. But a crankbait, so that could really help this get to the Zax when you want. And actually continuing to corner Ness. Again, returning the favor from game number 2. GodSpeedThunder does have Corrosive Particles and Cinder Infusion. If that Extilier is able to get into range of any of these people, it is going to hurt a ton. Probably should use that. We might see... Yeah, it's good. Move the Detonia a little bit. Yeah. Probably going to see Ness try and pull the Extilier away. Want to avoid this Corrosive Particles Extilier damage combo as much as they can. And they especially don't want it to happen with the Blindsider coming in hot.
Behold! Oh, those glittering plumes.
Use that. I wonder where they're going to put that. If they're going to put that into the Extilier or into the Blindsider.
A slap is an unrealized punch.
Putting it into the Blindsider and vortexing the Extilier away. So we're talking. See, this is so interesting because when you have these captains who do a decent amount of damage, you have the Cinder in this mid game. You are able to make these picks to just flip the board state pretty quickly if you're not careful. If the opponent's not careful enough. So, we don't know what GodSpeedThunder's hand is. We do know they have some potent combinations, and they could drop a lot of big pieces with 7 Cinder and a Cinder Infusion. So, 10 Cinder here. Gonna get whatever's in there, probably on the board. They get a Reinforce to even see if they want to use it. A lot of tools available to them right now. Really tense moment here because this game could easily go either way still. A lot of burst damage could come out from this Extilier at any moment, especially when paired with Corrosive Particles. And we've seen that the damage out of the pieces that Ness has on the board. Alright. It's just a continuation there. Get the damage. They know the Blindsider will die to this Antios at some point in time. Moving them up, making them a problem, making them have to use an attack to take them out. That's an attack that isn't going on other pieces. I like the crosshair to keep Ness cornered. Now let's see what Ness does in return because we have Detonia, we have Antios.
Now we're talking.
One guy's
Ooh, the rickety backfire out of GodSpeedThunder. That says one thing, and that one thing is he is going for the jugular on this next turn. If with the Corrosive Particles and a rickety backfire, because the rickety backfire, 3 damage off the initial hit, 3 damage off the explosion of people around him. Each of those gets +1 due to, that was good to pick off that person. But that's going to do +1, do the corrosive particles. That's 8 damage. Get that Extilior in close, or the blindsider. I don't think Extilior is going to end the crosshair as well. So they're just looking for the clean finish here. We're going to have to see some creative positioning here and an Ion Storm from Ness to kind of win this for them. That Ion Storm could keep them alive.
Still adjusting to robot.
Keep them away. They got to keep themselves away from this Rickety. Ness, who's been on the back foot pretty much this whole game, put into this back corner.
Incoming! An elegant
What's the hurry?
Alright, that's huge that Ion Storm can hit all 3 of them, because if GodSpeedThunder is going for the kill here, all 3 of them have to hit.
An engaging perspective.
Well, it don't have to, but like they need Rickety Backfire to hit, they need Crossfire Hair to hit, and they need Extilior to maybe hit, but Extilior isn't getting close enough. This is a very dangerous place to be. This is where GodSpeedThunder is going to potentially going to really put their all into it here. I like it getting close to get as close to 100% shot as possible. Electing to hold on to the corrosive particles, knowing that the Ion Storm makes this play not guaranteed. Very smart, playing it carefully, knows they have the health to play with. And even though they're at a bit of a crew numbers disadvantage, they still have plenty of time. Plenty of health, plenty of time to make these moves in to finish the game here. That said, that blindsider on the board for Ness and the Antios, those are going to hurt a ton. Going to take out some folks. Broken Vengeance may seal the deal here if not played carefully around, because that retaliation is going to hurt a ton. Oh, it's just so interesting, like these different decisions you see from Ness that could be happening here. They have a lot of good pieces. They have the Vortex to keep things out of hand. Get rid of Crosshair. That Rickety is a problem, though. Oh, and again, I don't know if they know that they have a corrosive particles and GodSpeedThunder. I don't remember if they've used it yet. I'd imagine they're going to Vortex Broken Vengeance and Extilior away.
Drinks just go right through me.
Yeah, so they're going to try and go for a kill here. Can't let that Rickety hit them, because that's 6 damage even without the corrosive particles. Rickety needs to go down.
Look at what I've got here.
It's more.
There it is. Block the Extilior from getting closer. Block the Broken Vengeance from getting closer. You can use the Vortex to clean it up. Get rid of this Rickety Backfire so that 6 damage, potentially 8 with the corrosive particles, doesn't go through.
What a grenade.
And now GodSpeedThunder trying to push in here. It's kind of backfiring against him here in the later stages of the game. They've committed a lot of resources and they've gotten Zax very low, but they haven't been able to get the final kill.
Brilliant move.
They played it so well up to this point, but Ness has been playing way too slippery. We're going to finally see the corrosive particles go down. Maybe. They're going to see if they have the movement range, but they don't. They need a crankbait or, again, a Quetzali. If there was again, this is why I personally love Quetzali and Extilior lists. You're at this late game situation. If you got a Quetzali in your deck, yeah, you might not get it. You might get it when you don't need it every now and again, but that can be mitigated. However, there are situations like this. If there was a Quetzali, this Extilior goes in. The Broken Vengeance goes in. You could just wrap around this backside because the 5 extra moves you get and just corrosive particles and rip the Zax. A new one multiple different times in this game. That Extilior loves that mobility. However, we see in this game, in this moment here, playing back, realizes this is a very excellent board state for Ness. There's a lot of power there, but it is melee power, so GodSpeedThunder doesn't want to give him the chance to bring that power to bear, and holding onto the corrosive particles for the final finish that they know they can do if they can just get close. Oh my gosh. And to be honest, I've ran into I've never played against Ness, but I have ran into GodSpeedThunder quite a few times on in the public games, and like every time it's a banger like this. Dude's really sick at the game. Man, such a tense moment now. What looked to be almost a done deal for Ness is now played out in this way.
Grenade?
Still long to where they have a chance, but still a long way to go here to kind of claw themselves back in. They can't get too close because the burst on GodSpeedThunder is pretty high if he's able to get in. Oh, the Florio. It's not enough. There's not enough Cinder to bring it to bear right now.
And now, the headliner! Got a problem?
Oh, going for the trade. Blindsider for the Broken
Every
Vengeance.
last soul will pay.
Yeah. Ness here. Again, if you look around to the left of the names, you see how many they have on the unit crew they have on the bridge, how many crew they have waiting back on deck on the ship. And GodSpeedThunder's burned through so much of their crew here. And Ness has so many available left still. I mentioned it earlier, but I didn't think it was going to matter because GodSpeedThunder was so close to the kill. But having to burn through so much crew to get to this point might be what does it in for GodSpeedThunder. Not enough gas in the tank. Still, a lot of things can happen. They have to find a way past this Titonia and this Tipu. But before they can even approach that, they have a blindsider they got to deal with. Arya with the rapid fire. Taria, my apologies. Taria with the rapid fire does have the chance to pick things off from afar. Could take out the blindsider with her. GodSpeedThunder here thinking such a crucial part of the game here. Going to spin to win for that to get the Shield of Hope.
I move through the turmoil.
Opting for that position here. Gonna drop a Drum Dancer and take a pot shot.
Defend yourself.
Okay. Again, very close. There is Corrosive Particles, but Ion Storm is up. Gonna keep playing defense here out of Ness. They do have the Florio. And that's a lot of AoE. We noticed Ness likes their AoE in the last game that we saw them play. In the last series we saw them play. Man. Such a close game here because on a knife's edge. And GodSpeedThunder looks at their crew, knows they have to get in. They have to find a way in here. Florio gonna be so hard to deal with if Ness decides to drop it. What do our players decide?
Make friends. Breaking records and hearts.
What do they do with the Tipu? Banking that they might miss here. Is always that chance. And there it is. There's the Florio.
Couldn't afford it.
Nerves must be running high for both these players. 10 Cinder available for GodSpeedThunder, but not too many units that can use. Well, they have 2 units. They can do the pummel. There it is.
I make it.
I don't think I don't think they have the ability to put it in on the captain, but they're going to use it to try and finish off the Titonia and the Tipu.
For justice.
Try to stop me.
All right, Tipu's down. That is a huge threat off the board.
Let the sun ignite
Gonna
your
fish
fire.
for these 2 shots here. 60% on each. Taria only has to hit 1. I don't know if they've used Taria already. I had to answer something in the Discord. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. This is so close, y'all. Chance for top 6 here. Loser goes home. Winners, well, we're all home. What does Godspeed Thunder decide to do? Shields of Hopes knows they have to keep every crew they have alive. What is left? I think they have the crankbait left. A crankbait here could be really huge. Shield of Hope
It's almost
going to keep Drum Dancer alive. So they're going to have to use something else on the Drum Dancer unless there's the magic AoE. I saw it.
Drinks just
Did
go
Ness see
right
it?
through me.
I
No.
celebrate, even in defeat.
So that's Zach's shot down. There is a vortex to keep him out.
Enjoy! Toasted New World
Florio
style.
going to safety here. And the mine to block it.
This thing runs on Hanson.
This is also an interesting thing where it's like an Extiliar versus Zax. You need to, if I don't know if Godspeed Thunder was given the ship assist options, but I almost always try to take one of the mobility ones. I'm curious if that was an option for Godspeed Thunder. Cinder Infusion's been doing so well for them, but now 1 crew left, 10 health left on the captain, a Florio standing right there. What does Godspeed Thunder have to finish this off? Can they? We've seen the Zax staring at him with 8 health all game. If the Taria goes rapid fire and is able to shoot, or they could choose to hit the Detonia. That might be the case here. I think Florio's AoE is big enough to actually hit both of them right now.
True beauty.
Might see him stack Shield of Hopes. What is the last piece? Is it a jailbreak? Is it a crankbait? Jailbreak. There it is. Now this could be it. This could be the winning deal here. Crankbait's gonna solve so much of the mobility problems Godspeed Thunder has had all game and just now got her in the last seconds here. But there's a vortex beam. The vortex beam could pull the Extiliar away from being able to be into kill range so easily. Are they gonna use the vortex beam to go for the mine instead?
Nice.
Oh my gosh! That could be a throw. That could be it. I think this is Godspeed Thunder's. If okay, grab this to try and pull him away, but Crankbait is so darn fast. If Crankbait is able to get Extiliar in range of the Zax, or Zax in range of the Extiliar, that's it. That's game. Because Taria, all 3 of them put together can do the damage. This is Godspeed Thunder's. Everything that they have is out on the board. I don't know if the Extiliar can make the move this far.
I was being timed?
I mean, I think Ness goes back into this corner here. I've never seen someone use this back corner before. Pulls the Aria away. Are they going to give him the line of sight? Again, this could be it.
Surprise! I know, I shouldn't have.
Put Extiliar right in that corner between the crate and the wall there. Crankbait, maybe. Can Crankbait fit through there? It's hard to say. Or use... No, he's blocked off, so Crankbait can pull him into the mine. Oh, it's going to be such... Godspeed Thunder's got to do something. Taria's going to get in there. It's going to have to put the 4 damage from the rapid fire into Zax. This is it. Oh, the miss! 69% chance. It was a miss. Could be a crit. Godspeed Thunder does have the ability to walk in. They can tank a few more shots. Zax is cornered here. He could maybe take an extra turn, use the Cinder Infusion, get that health. Have Crankbait pull the Zax into his own mine, keep Extiliar moving up closer. Zax can't go any farther away. Maybe tank some of these Florio shots. Extiliar can't kill the Florio, and he knows it.
Always much to consider.
What does he choose to do? He's got to at least Crankbait the Zax into... Oh, he's just going to cause the explosion. So he's going to use the Crankbait. I don't know if this is going to pull him in. It does.
I lend a hand.
Okay, so he's playing for the long con. He says, you cannot kill my Extilior on this turn. And you are now here in the corner.
Kablammy!
Extilior has to hit this shot. Or does he just keep getting kited out? The grab disc is going to be huge here. Oh my gosh.
Just look like you're thinking.
And the mine to block the way, that has to be it.
Look, shiny.
Yo.
I think that's it.
Friends.
And the Ion Storm, I don't know if Extilior is big enough. Oh my gosh.
Just ignore it.
That might be it. Spins to win.
You
Shield of Hope himself, that's all they can do.
defense first.
They gotta pray for a miss, but Zax can just go melee range.
I'm the cinder.
Wow. GG. What an excellent game. What a nail biter. Well played to both players. Keeping their cool, playing so well and so tight and close towards the end. Bravo. Oh my goodness, what a banger. I am convinced, every time I've ever played Godspeed Thunder, oh man, so close. Whew. Well played to both Godspeed Thunder and Ness. I'm actually, after playing against Godspeed Thunder a few times and watching this and then watching a bit of Ness, like, I am convinced that Godspeed Thunder, it is physically incapable of having a game that is not a banger. And we did see Witcher took down Yurga 2-1 in their match. Hopefully we might be able to see a replay of that in the future. Wow.